Hello everyone, and welcome back to 30 Days of Java. Day 11 now, and today we'll be talking about classes and objects in Java. Our agenda for this video would be to understand what is OOPS concept and what are its key components. Then we'll talk about classes and objects and how they are related to each other. Finally, we'll talk about new operator that is used for creating objects in Java. So let's begin. Now, OOP stands for Object-Oriented Programming. It is a programming paradigm that revolves around the concept of objects, which can contain data, that is attributes, and code, that is methods. Let's take a simple example to explain what object-oriented programming means. Imagine you're building a house. In traditional programming, you'd start by listing out all the materials you need, like variables, and the tasks that you have to do, that is functions, to construct the house separately. But in object-oriented programming, you would think about the house as an object. This object has properties or attributes like number of rooms, color, and size, which are defined using variables, and behavior like opening doors, turning on lights, etc., which are defined using methods. The concept of classes and object would become more clear to you when we'll talk about them later in this video. For now, just remember that most of the things in Java is considered as an object, and an object has some properties and methods associated with it. Almost all the languages that are used in modern application are OOPS-based language, like Python, Java, C#, etc. The key concepts of an OOPS language includes objects, classes, attributes, methods, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. We'll talk about all of these concepts in detail in this course. Let's now first understand what is a class and object. Imagine you're planning to build a car. Before you start building, you create a blueprint or a plan. This blueprint describes what the car will look like, what features it will have, and how it will function. In Java, this blueprint is called a class. It defines the attributes and methods that each car based on this blueprint will have. Once you have the blueprint ready, you can start building actual cars based on that blueprint. Each car you build is an instance of the car class, and those manufactured cars are objects. The basic syntax of a class looks like this. It starts with an access modifier, which in this case is public. You can ignore it for now, as we'll discuss what it is later in this course. Then comes the class keyword, followed by the name of the class. All the properties and methods of a class are bundled together inside the curly braces as shown here. Before jumping into a practical demonstration, we'll quickly talk about the new keyword, which is used in Java for creating objects. When you use new keyword, you're essentially allocating memory for the object and initializing it. Now without further ado, let's try all of this in IntelliJ. Now let's first start by creating a new Java class. So for creating a new Java class in IntelliJ, we'll right click on src, then click on new, and then Java class. I will give that name as dog. It would create a new file that is dog.java in the src folder. Now, as we have already seen in the syntax, the class name starts with an access modifier public, which you can ignore it for now. Then comes the class keyword, and then the name of the class. Now this class needs some properties and methods associated with it, so we'll give it. First, we'll give this dog a name. Just type it public string name, and then let's call it champ. Then we'll also give this dog an age. Public int age equals to 5. Now that we have the properties associated with this class, we'll also need some methods. Let's create a method named makeSound. This method would print out woof woof in the console, which is the sound of a dog. Now we'll create another method which would print out the name and age of that dog. We'll type in public void print my name and age. And then it would print out the name and age in the console. We'll type in name and then age. Now a class is ready to be used. We'll use that in the first program.java class. For instantiating a class or for creating a new object, we'll type in the name of the class, dog. Then we'll type in the name of the object, that is dog1. Then new dog. That's it. We have just created a new object of dog class. Now for accessing its properties or methods, we can use the dot operator. So if I type in dog1 dot make sound, then run this program, you can see in the console it typed woof woof, which is the sound of the dog. We can also access its other method like dog1 dot print my name and age. Let's comment this out and run this again. Showed me the name of the dog and the age. Now these properties can also be manipulated and updated. Suppose if I make a change here like dog1 dot name, which right now is champ, if I change it to something else like doge and then use this method dog1 dot print my name and age. Now run this program. You can see it changed the name to doge. So you can access the properties of a class. You can set it to something else as per your requirements as well. And you can create as many objects of a class as you want. Suppose this is the first object. If I want to create another object, I'll just type in dog2 new dog1. Yeah. And that should create another object named dog2. Both of these objects are different from each other and they do not access each other's properties. And there you have it. You just created a basic class and object in Java. Now before we end this video, I'll point out a subtle detail about Java. You remember, I mentioned that everything or most of the things in Java are considered as an object. And if you see that the basic program that we are starting with or that we have the main function in is also inside a class named first program. So we were already using the concept of class and objects before you knew it. As always, we'll end this video with a motivational quote that says, "Be so good that they can't ignore you." Thank you for watching and have a great day.